Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm doing some winter wheat drilling out here in the Bermuda fields in the fescue. And this is the last bit of wheat that I'm going to drill this year, and we'll be totally done. I'm drilling what wheat seed is left over out here in this, you know, tame fescue pasture, you know, tillable land, and planted the grass. And I thought this would be a great time to do a review, and I'll stop up here and we'll check the seed, and I'll give you guys a quick go over. I'm just going to try to shoot this all the way through and try to not keep it too long, but probably, as you can tell from the caption, it's my review of the WHEELMAN auto steer. None of this, I don't have this written down or anything, and this is just going to be my thoughts off the cuff. I've had this for over a year now, and I've used it for all manner of field work that you can imagine. So I'll get up here to the end and we'll get turned around and I'll check on the seed, and I'll give you guys the rest of the scoop. This, by the way, is a Great Plains 1300 end wheel, a minimum till. It's got the minimum till heavy down pressure springs. A little bit different than your normal old-fashioned end wheel grain drill. It's a little bit more conducive to doing little no-till jobs and stuff like this. So basically, it's almost the 15th of November. You know, what I'm drilling here is not going to make, you know, the type of wheat pasture that you strive for when you're planting wheat pasture in a regular tillage, regular rotation. It's not going to perform that well. All we're here to do is use up the rest of our leftover seed and give our cattle a little bit of a nice green picking, and maybe help the wildlife a little bit too. The deer like it too. And this is just straight bin run wheat right out of the bin, soft red winter. It's a little bit ratty. It's got some stuff in it, but with grain drills, they'll feed pretty well. And all you have to do really is just make sure none of your tubes are plugging up, and just unplug them when they do. And all you got to do is just check these seed seed cups right there, and make sure none of them are plugged up, and backfilling the hose, which if it does, it comes out that hole. It's no problem. You just get out, and at the worst you'll have to take one of those clamps loose and clean the tube out. No big deal. You know, we're over an hour's drive, and by appointment only, to get seed wheat cleaned anymore, so it's not always a viable option. But to clean up these last few little jobs, a little patch that I no-tilled, I put a short up doing this pasture work and stuff like that. I'll give you another little shot of the WHEELMAN working in the tractor. I bought the WHEELMAN Flex and been using it for about a year now. I thought I'd give a little bit of my thoughts, and so let you guys know what it cost me and what I like about it. Let you know what it cost me, what I like about it, would I buy it again? Answers like that. I'll probably shut the tractor down here for a second. And of course, I got it mounted on the 4430, and I've switched this back and forth, and I'll shut it down. So it basically, it kicked out, it lost power right there. So my first thoughts, I have quite a bit of comparison material as far as competitors' products to compare it to. I've used more than one different type of Trimble. I've used the Trimble with the Easy Steer. Of course, my first video on YouTube was me doing a review of that system. Still have it, still use it, still like it. This is a lot the same. It's steering the steering wheel. There's no hydraulics, there's no integrated, nothing you got to do. It hooks, you know, it's basically hooked direct to 12 volt power. As you can see there, You don't have to have any special hookups in the cab of your tractor. You just need a running tractor with a cab to protect the electronics that you can supply 12-volt power, and that's all you need. And have a globe that's up. It comes with the package, the Wheelman Flex package. So my first thoughts would be, has it performed the way I wanted to? And I would say the overall answer to that is yes, it has. When I first bought it, it wouldn't work right. I had a bad IMU, and that's really where I'll just get into the dirty part of this. Their customer service was not very good. They have one guy who does tech support, and when you call their company, you basically end up talking to people who answer the phone. They're just secretaries that just take messages. And he has a direct line to call you, and the number he calls you on, if you call it back to speak with him about the problem, you get directed back to that reception area. And sometimes he would take 3 days to call back. We would try something. He would call me back, and I wouldn't be able to answer. Or if I answered and I wasn't by the tractor, he would just say, "Okay, I'll call you back." And three more days would go by. Before it was over, it took 3 weeks to get my warranty part and get it put in the tractor. And I wasn't very happy at that point because I hadn't been able to use it. I was needing to get some field work done, and I wasn't getting it done, the way I wouldn't be able to use my auto steer the way I wanted to. And long story short, got the part and got it from them and got it put in, and it fixed the problem. It's worked flawlessly ever since. So that's all I'll say about that. It was kind of an interesting situation. I mean, you're not going to call and always speak to somebody who can help you with your problem unless they've changed things dramatically since I bought this system a year ago. That's what you're going to get. I mean, you're going to get a guy that is going to help you and probably help you figure out the problem, but you better have some good patience. You better be charged and ready to, wait for him to call you back and to do that whole situation, which, when you're doing field work and you're farming, it's really not the way you like customer service to be. You want to get back in the field and get going, which auto steer is not necessarily critical, so understandable there. But anyways, okay, would I buy it again? I would buy it again. In fact, when they ran a discount special where they were $2,000 off their main packages, I ordered and bought another system just like this. So the answer to that's not only just would I, but yes, I did. So they are a really simple system. They're easy to install. They are, I think $4,700 is what the first one I bought cost, and with the $2,000 discount on the second one, obviously it was $2,700. And how can you beat that? You got auto steer in your tractor for $2,700. They do offer an upgraded globe and a subscription fee satellite service that's supposed to be more accurate than the one that I got, which is WAAS, WAAS, which is all I use in this older stuff with this simple field work, because it's free, and I figure that most people are going to want the free option unless they're doing particular, they have single row shut off, they need sub-inch accuracy out of their auto steer for planting, for, row shut off on a sprayer or something like that. You're not even going to be looking at this system to start with. So, why pay for a subscription to a satellite that does better than what it needs to do? If you're spending that kind of money, you're up in the higher tier anyway. But I will say, it can get degraded. WAAS system, anybody that uses it knows it. You get close to trees, you get kind of in a bowl. It'll do some weird stuff, and this will too. It always draws a straight line. It might be shifted left or right. Usually, if I'm in a clear, wide open, sunny, nice field, it doesn't have a lick of trouble. So, and I've used $16,000 to $20,000 auto steer systems that did have trouble, the same type of trouble. So it's performing as well as my higher dollar stuff. I'll confidently say that. But any of you guys who are doing stuff like I'm doing right now, you're drilling in a pasture, you can't necessarily see where you're going. You're straining your eyes to see your tracks in the grass. this is money. You know, you set the track, you take off, you're putting the seed where it needs to be. You're doing a good enough job, better than you can do with your hands. That's what I'll say for the most part. This system, don't buy row markers. You can buy this for half of what row markers cost, and they're better. And you can use them on every single field implement that you're going to use. The bush hog, the fertilizer spreader, your drill, your planter, your tillage stuff, anything. Swather, I use it. I use this tractor to pull my hydro string swather. Works great. So nice to lay those rows out straight, and then, you know, you go back to pick them up with a hay rake or with your hay baler. You know, you're following perfectly straight auto steer rows. You don't leave any hay behind. It's great. I love it. I would buy it again. I just, if you do buy this system, be patient with their customer service if you need to use it, because if you're not, it's going to be pretty infuriating, really. But other than that, I guess that kind of covers most of what I wanted to say. I do like it. I would buy it again. I would recommend that somebody buys it. I would recommend it to somebody. I would just know that they understand what they're getting. They're getting WAS auto steer system. It can be a little glitchy, and you're dealing with a company who has provided a product as cheap as they can stand to do, and to do that, to keep it simple, they don't have a robust customer service program, and that's just part of it. You know, saved a lot of money buying it, and that's just what you deal with. If you need those kind of programs, you need to be looking at a higher dollar option. So if that's what you need, but just for doing things like I'm doing right now today, works fantastic. So I'll get a little shot of firing this thing back up. Oh, one thing I will say about it that I do like is you use your cell phone instead of a screen, which don't know how much I like that, but the buttons for the AB line markers are right here. You can hold them down. You can set a new AB line once you have your width programmed in, and you've used your cell phone and you use the Whirl app to get going. Once it knows how wide your implement is, you can walk in, get in the tractor the next day, fire it up, turn this on, turn your satellite or your globe on, and just set yourself a new AB line. It's still set on the 13'6" or whatever, you know, like this drill would be, that you had it set the day before. So you can set a new AB line and go to work, and you don't ever have to open the app. You don't have to ever get into it, which would be great. For me, I wish they would put a dial on here where you could adjust the width of your implement, and then you wouldn't need the cell phone or the app at all. Then you could just dial in the width of your implement right there. You could change it right there, and maybe you can. I just don't know how to do it. That's the other thing. This didn't come with an owner's manual. It came with a Q card, Q scan, whatever, Q code, you know, thing, the little blotchy cube that you hold with your cell phone to download some installation instructions, and that's all that it came with. And I'm sure that's all in the spirit of keeping things affordable, but you know, beware of that too. You're not going to get a written diagram of how to install this or an owner's manual on how to use it. You know, basically YouTube and that Q code wizardry is all the information you're going to get. But yeah, if they would put a dial in there, man, that would be great. You could just turn it right to the width that you need it to for the implement you're pulling, set your AB line, and just go to work. No, you don't need a screen. And for what I'm doing, I don't need a screen. I don't need to keep track of where I've been. I can see the marks, you know. I'm not going to go back over what I've already been. It's most of the time these technology systems offer way too many options for me. I'm pretty simple-minded. That's why things like this system here work really great for me. But anyways, okay, let's get it fired up. Let's get back to work. I'll take you on this row here. Let you guys, okay, we're going to let it pick up signal. I may have to take off here for it to Sometimes you have to move forwards to get it to pick up. But I can drive it for a little ways here. There we go, it picked up. So this steering wheel button right here, you just press it to engage, and it just got us back online. And the line is skewed from turning the tractor off, and it's overlapping right now. But that's okay. That's not the end of the world. We did shut the tractor off. So that's not atypical, untypical for these auto steers. That when you connect them back to power, that the line is shifted. Now, it's still straight and it's still following that coordinates. It's just off the center. See, look, it's picking it back up now. And now we're back out here. It may leave a little bit of a skip, but he's thankful. He's going to be happy when this stuff starts growing. Hopefully we have some rain in the forecast. That's the main reason I'm doing this, is the hope that we're going to start catching some rain and break this drought. This is going to be some nice forage for our cattle, nice for the wildlife. But this is part of the freedom that you get with an auto steer system like this. You get to see everything that's happening around you. You get to turn around and you get to watch your implement. Watch all the drive chains and make sure everything's working like it's supposed to. In fact, with this system, I'm able to watch the tubes, and if there's one of the tubes is plugged, I can see wheat trickling out the back of it, and so then I'll stop right then and fix it. So you don't even have to get off to check that with this auto steer, because you don't have to look forward constantly. Definitely this system or the Trimble Easy Steer, I would recommend either one of them for any of you guys who are need a more affordable, simple option for auto steer. I would buy either one of them, and I would recommend it to either one of those systems. And hopefully the WASP satellite system hangs around them. We continue to get to use a free satellite that's been up there for years and years, and we're not forced to buy a subscription, but who knows what will happen with that. John Deere started the trend, and I don't see it going away. What I did was just press that button to disengage. Sorry, I'm holding the camera here. I hope I'm not making everybody sick. And then when I get realigned here, I'll just press that steering button again, and it takes over and puts us back on track and steers just like you see right there. Okay guys, I hope that if you're looking at this system, that answers some of your questions. If you have any more, just put them in the comments. I'd be glad to answer them. Or I can even email you if you want to know where I bought this. I'm not real good with the links, but I might put the link in the description. I was not given this auto steer system. I was not paid to review it. I mean, I paid for it with my own money, and I've been using it on my farm, so that's as real as it gets. So anyway folks, thanks for watching. See you next time.